Oh,
My hen flad fina.
I wish
Is that
it could
how the national anthem goes, Ben? The Welsh
my
national anthem?
hen wlad fe na
That's cool,
daia ad noel I mi. A
Wel,
gwlad
hen
a
wlad.
forion,
Oh no. How are you ever going to get your
enwodion
eggs?
o fri, a'i
Equal
gwrol,
all rifle.
a felwyr, gwlad garwyr,
Glyndon starts singing this
He's
as Markuul
rifled
walks
away.
through the door.
Where the
Oh yeah,
hell
I
is this
forgot where
one?
we were up to.
Yeah, I opened up Roll20 and just went, fuck.
Oh, I haven't opened up Roll20.
JJ's got a dislocated arm, hasn't he?
I've
Yes,
got
Doc,
broken
so-
arm.
Doc has broken arm.
To recap, so session before last you entered the Ulithrid's lair. Unfortunately, Markuul was spotted and had to run off, chased by some mind flayers. You entered, and a voice told you inside that he saw you coming and was doing some experimenting and wanted to show you some of his experiments, and thus he unleashed these weird mind trolls that knocked JJ down, but otherwise you were able to defeat him pretty quickly, as well as another mind flayer. You went from there into the main chamber and defeated many Durgar. Once again, Doc had a bit of a brush with death, nearly dying to a deadly Ulithrid's extract brain and mind blast and everything.
Worried about.
But you all finished the battle rather victoriously. You took a minute to gather yourselves, and a couple of very key things happened. First of all, Hercule, the exiled Duragar guy, essentially the wanderer, traveler, whatever you want to call him, you've been traveling with, went up to these sort of strange metal rods that are sticking out from the top with these sort of like balls on the end of them, and he started like fiddling with that, and one of the chambers opened, this chamber over here, and out poured a lot of this sort of biley, thick syrup like liquid, and in all that was a mind flayer. This mind flayer got up. Hercule offered him some clothes and a book with an arcane sort of symbol on the front of it, to which he said in sort of the backs of all of your minds, essentially, "Thank you, Hercule. Who the hell are these people? What are you doing here?" It seems that Hercule's friend, after all, was a mind flayer.
Oh no.
However, one very distinct thing is that all mind flayers that you've seen up until now have 4 tentacles sort of on their face. The Illithrid had 6. This one has 4, except one of them has been sort of chopped off right at the start of it. So it sort of only looks like he's got 3 in a little snub.
What do
That's
they
the
call
only
this
really-
guy? Snubbers.
Snubbers. He unveiled his name to be Drixilthar.
Not writing that one down.
The next thing that happened, and the slightly potentially more important one for you guys, is that once this had all happened, and before you got a chance to even talk to Drixilthar or Hercule or anything like that, the metal doors slid wide open. And there stood, in his red sort of robes and scaled armor, was Markuul. What are you all giggling at?
I'm sorry.
Very serious moment, Luke, can you choose that time to say that a male octopus have one tentacle shorter than the other? That is their penis. Just saying.
I'm so sorry.
We're all shocked Markuul's walked in with his like scar on, and Oramis is just flicking this mind flayer's tentacle again. Is that your dick?
I'm sorry about
Get out of your
The thing
system.
is, that's the exact kind of thing that Oramis would A, know, and B, focus on right now.
Yeah, Markuul, we'll get to you in a minute. Now, an octopus penis.
He's literally a dickhead.
Oh.
Can the DM
Anyway.
have inspiration?
Anyway, so Markuul opens up the door, red robes, a hood over his eyes. He holds his shield in one hand and his flail in the other, blood has soaked all over his robes, both red and sort of biley green. He uncovered his hood, and it revealed these sort of faded over white greenish eyes, a large scar going from here all the way along the back of his head. And we'll jump right in as he stands there. He says, "Hello, gentlemen. Please, put down your weapons. Let us not make this any more difficult than it need be."
Easy there, Markuul.
The one you knew as Markuul is gone. The Elder Brain would like you to know that he died a very violent and painful death. His screams will live within the walls of these caverns forever. If you do not wish to meet the same fate, you will put down these weapons and surrender yourselves. And he's just going to take a quick
What's waiting for us outside?
step into the room. Where's the front? No, to back. There we go. Only what you deserve. Put down your weapons. He just stands there, and you can see he's got quite a tight grip on his flail, and he's sort of got one shoulder almost dropped, almost sort of expecting you to be quite aggressive at this point. He's like ready with his shield to prepare against an attack.
Can I move? So, because I just realised where I am in the room, I've just basically been yelling this conversation at Markuul.
Good point.
I'm just going to move, not as far as Doc. I think Doc's in a questionable position, but
Well, when he came in, I did back up.
okay,
And if he moves
yeah.
further in, I will back up further.
Is there any of you left in there, Markuul? Anything? I'm not speaking to the Elder Brain, the squid. I'm speaking to Markuul. Is he in there?
Your friend has gone. A shame, really. Dragonborn are so rare down these parts. We have never really seen one up close before. Interesting creatures, to say the least.
I look at. I don't know whether to ask the mind flayer or Hercule. Can I just look at Hercule and say, "Is he gone?"
Urkel will just sort of look at you like, and then you get this voice in the back of your minds, the recognizable voice of Drixelthar, who was recently talking to you. Was this your friend?
Yeah.
He is gone. His mind erased. He's a thrall now. We must leave quickly before reinforcements are to arrive.
I really don't want to leave Markuul behind. I'm not entirely sure he's gone, but I don't know how to find that out.
Markuul will just take another little step up.
Do you reckon something like Greater Restoration would fix him up?
Oh, it just depends what they've done to him. Yeah, if his memories are raised, I don't think that's a very tricky thing to heal, even for an expert healer.
Some form of resurrection might.
So you're proposing me kill him? We're just having this conversation right in front of him. Are you proposing me kill him and bring him back?
I don't think I can do anything powerful enough that will restore his mind. If it's
Any favours you can ask of your god?
not for another 5 days.
I don't think Bolus is the right kind of guy to be asking.
If we just destroyed the... I mean, this is probably well beyond our pay grade, but if we destroyed the hive mind, do you think that would help? Or do you think he'd just die like the rest of them might?
I mean, based on what he said, my guess would be he is akin to undead at the moment.
Hmm.
And
Every second we waste on this creature, more of them amass to deal with us.
Who's this guy in our head?
Drixel. Thar.
Who's Drixel?
Thar?
This
He's,
guy,
Urkel's mate.
Urkel's
Ah.
friend that you ended up coming here and saving.
Did you say that to us last week?
I did.
Last time we... Oh, I
Pretty
missed
scared,
that.
to be fair.
I think it was slightly undercut by the fact that Markuul has now arrived.
Hmm.
like,
I think Drixel Thar is right. We'll go.
he died coming here to save you. So give us a moment while we deal with the loss of our friend.
Urkel will just sort of turn to Drixel and it's just give him a minute. Alright.
Do you think he's openly... Oh, that's not going to do anything, is it?
I mean, if anyone's hiding 200 GP worth of diamond on themselves, now is the time to come forward. Is there something that
I mean,
potentially
said
do
there
this
is
thing here.
There is big shiny
Yeah.
rock behind
yeah,
us.
it's not diamond though.
It's not a diamond.
Is it?
It's worth a lot, but it's not a diamond.
Worth a lot.
I'm
You just
taking
hear,
it.
hear the chisel come out of Oramis's pocket.
I'm just back over here.
Doc,
I
I don't
ask-
want to be the one to say this, but I
I think maybe
might
we have to
do the
subdue
right
him.
thing, but possibly more than that.
We owe it to
Not
him.
Could
sure
I
it's-
ask?
We owe it to him to take him with us.
Or his body.
Yes.
Let him rest with his kin in the north.
I'm completely on board with that. I think this is fixable. I just don't know a way of. It's hard enough as it is, and I think trying to subdue him and take him with us is going to be too difficult. I don't want to give up on him, but it's just Ben, you're a twat.
I am. Could I, at this point, ask everyone to make me just a quick perception check on Markuul and just the room?
How well do you read it? That's about accurate for the way I'm feeling right now. How well do you read the room?
Yeah.
Show me everything.
And then show Oramis even more.
Yes, good.
Matt, can you beat a 24? Is it even worth you trying?
I'm getting there. Sorry,
This is-
it's crashed 3 times.
Oh,
So,
right.
Oh dear God. I've seen you come in and out of the
Yeah.
thing a couple of times.
Thought you were just doing a little dance. In, out, shake it all about.
Enough about your sex life.
yeah, I restarted my laptop, see if that does anything. But we'll see.
As he's buffering.
It's buffering. Wi-Fi
I mean,
signal
so-
down in the Underdark is it's really shit.
That's
Virgin
why they're
cables
so
haven't been
angry
laid
all
yet.
the time. They can't get Netflix.
Oh, I'm just saying, in case any of our listeners work for head office, both Virgin and British Gas are shit.
The one of the 5 years we have is actually the head of Virgin.
Well, Richard Branson. Guess what?
You shit, mate. Well, I'll tell you what. Given the fact that you've rolled a 24,
Hmm.
I don't think
And a
Matt can
20.
actually beat that.
I don't
I
actually
don't know what
think
we're rolling
you
it
can.
for, so
It was just a perception check on Markuul and just the general sort of feel in the room.
okay. Feels cold.
It is cold. You're right.
That's what
It is
Doc
actually
tells you
probably
with an 8.
fairly cold. However, so you're looking at Markuul, and Doc is obviously quite traumatized by the whole situation. But Gylndan and Oramis, you're taking quite an analytical look at Markuul, and the way you're looking at him, you can see just this faint, very, very faint glow beneath his armor, where his pendant his pendant of Mars, obviously him being a cleric, was, and the grip on his flail, sorry, and the way he stood, he's definitely holding some kind of action, and by the glow of his pendant, you can assume it's some kind of spell. And as you're looking at Markuul and this whole situation's going on, you both hear just a sort of shuffle noise. Oramis, to your... technically to your right if you're looking at Markuul, but over to the left of your
Stage
token.
left.
Yes, stage left. And in the slightly more right side of the room. And you can hear someone or something just out in the corridor with a 24. A very good roll.
Someone's in the corridor.
Someone's in the corridor and you've heard some shuffling or movement to your left and your right.
In the room.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't see shit.
But you can't see shit.
Would I have heard well enough that I could shoot some laser beams over in their direction?
I'll say... what square are you aiming for? Or what... so give me a direction from you, like diagonal... left, diagonal, what sort of direction?
I'd say within sort of this kind of area over here. So slightly forward to the left.
Okay, roll to hit with disadvantage.
Judge is looking very concerned.
He's got an 8 of perception, isn't he? He can't even see you doing this.
Well, with the information that I have, I want to do something. But with the information that Doc has, he can do fuck all.
That's a really good disadvantage roll.
Oh, that's good.
That was a very good disadvantage roll, and I believe... one moment. Oh! Just hits.
Booyah.
I like that. I like that and dislike that. Like it because you've hit, but dislike it because that's a fairly high AC for whatever this shit could be.
I mean, 16's not that high when you...
If it for a spellcaster, it's all right.
Well, when
You
you
see-
consider that most of us will all have like a +7 or +8, so we have to
That's
roll
true,
a
yeah.
10 to hit that.
Also, we don't really roll. Well, Matt doesn't roll badly.
I've been known to.
I think it was a Tuesday.
You turn...
Yeah, you doing Tuesday?
No.
You turn and fire a shot of Eldritch Blast just in a general direction, and it does hit something, and you hear the dwarvish word for fuck just echo out through the room. But unfortunately, Markuul's held action goes off, and I'm going to need Doc and Oramis to make wisdom saving throws.
Oh, I'm good at these. And I
As
always roll below a 5.
As he casts
Oh, there we go.
Spirit Guardians.
Oh shit!
We don't
Oh,
take damage from that until our turn.
Oh,
You don't
wow.
have to take damage from that until your turn, no.
That's a 1. That's fantastic.
You have failed. Doc, you've obviously passed. Congratulations. Your wisdom saves have finally worked out in your favour.
It's going to be my highest roll, isn't it?
Well, don't say that. Not even
Can
got
I-
into the heavy shit yet.
Before we carry on, can I just persuade Markuul that he's actually still there? Is that an option?
Markuul, you are
that?
still there, though.
Thousands of gold for greater restoration. Oramis's persuasion skills. Ooh.
What are you gonna do?
5, 10, 15. Oh, Gylndan, you're just out of the way of that. 5, 10, 15,
That is
5,
very
10.
fortunate. I thought you were going to ask me to make a save as well.
15, I believe. That's that. That's on the thingy layer. That's why that's not working. There we go. That's the size of that. And so on your turn, that may take an effect.
That may take an effect.
And with that, unless there's anything anyone thinks that they can do immediately and somewhat reactionary, I think we will drop into
That's surprise gone.
some
I think.
initiative. We'll drop into some initiative.
Did we heal up, by the way? How are we all looking?
Oh, yeah, no, terrific, actually.
How you doing, Matt?
I do believe I did some
Health-wise,
heals.
fine.
You did. You did.
Okay.
He
some,
did
Matt?
do
Oh, fuck,
lots
I
of
didn't want to be
heals.
Fast.
Health-wise, fine. Spells-wise, not fine.
Yeah, no.
Arrow-wise, medium.
Okay, I'll do.
Oh,
Luke, that's a
8
shite roll. Luke, you rolled a 1 and a 3.
is going so well.
Oh, I didn't want to be fast. Oh.
We all say that, JJ, but happens to the best of us.
It doesn't normally happen.
I was just tired and I had a bit to drink and I've lost my pen and my phone. I'm lost. It's fine.
I was really hoping someone else would go first so that they can force
Try
him
and
to
break
drop.
his concentration.
Yeah,
Yeah.
before it gets to my turn. Ah, yeah, bastard.
Still got tricks and Hercule.
Yeah.
Hercule?
One thing I'm going to do actually, I'm going to write the initiative order just up here.
I've
I'm
really
pretty sure I
enjoyed
can do that.
Hercule. I think the South America was a good choice. Not South America. Yeah, South America.
Southern American.
Southern American! Our name's Hercule.
I'd say South American was more like Shakira.
Shakira, Shakira.
Doc,
Texan.
then Mazzy, then Gylndan, okay, God.
Right.
Then
Don't want to kill Markuul, but I don't really see another way out of this. Hit him hard on the head.
Yeah.
so can you guys can see that, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
There's the initiative order, so that I stop forgetting it.
What about the enemies?
The enemies I'm going to roll now, and I will keep that to myself, even though you'll all know it by the time the first round has gone, but whatever.
Okay.
15. I'm at,
So-
yeah, okay.
Someone's
I'm
going in between me and Mazzy.
Is there a way to edit that? No, there isn't. Well, 15. So yeah, between you and Mazzy. I'll just remember that. Doc, you're up first. Is there a half?
There's
Thing?
half on the save, yeah.
There is half on a save. Alright, so I'm just going to roll that on here because it's a lot of dice and I can't be asked for it. It was a level 3. 13 damage. Yeah, I haven't actually got my dice out of their boxes yet. I'm very unprepared. I was eating dinner and everything. 13, half to 6. You take 6. This, however,
Could be a lot worse.
is one thing that I wanted to mention. So as he, so obviously Oramis, Eldritch Blast, he uses his flail, spins it round him, and this weird sort of bluey green sort of what was like dragons, these long serpentine-like dragons just spinning around his form with a sort of flame trailing behind them, now seems very dark and grim, and instead of flames trailing behind him, it's just like these long sort of tentacular things, and instead of radiant damage, which is now psychic damage. So you take 6 psychic damage, as it seems that whatever has infested him has also infested the way he seems to be using his magic. In a way, or the magic is flowing through him, whatever you wanna call it.
I'm gonna
So that happens.
back up
What
out
did
of
I do?
this. I'm then gonna throw my hammer at him.
Alright. 17. 17, I believe, does hit. No, it doesn't. He has a shield. 17 does not hit. He has 18 AC.
Well.
Oh my goodness.
It'll be the cleric classic then of good old spiritual weapon.
Spiritual weapon.
Ben, did Doc take any damage for absolutely eating his hammer and then smacking his arm? The follow through.
No, but that is one thing I meant to mention. So yeah, obviously, Doc, you, as we discussed, unless you cast some pretty good healing on yourself, you're not going to be able to get the benefit of holding your shield. It's just too heavy for your arm to take, as it got slightly busted in the fight just before.
Slightly, it's broken, man. It's broken.
It is broken. It is just straight up broken.
It might not be a severe break.
Oh well, that's fucking useless.
Good job, man.
That is also fucking useless. So you first throw your hammer, Markuul able to easily just swipe it away. And then the spiritual weapon again comes.
You know?
Spiritual weapon and then comes around and he ducks underneath. And then just hear Markuul just go, "Yes, this form. Dragonborn, it seems, serve well as warriors. We will heed this for the future." As he gets back up and sort of slings his flail around again, keeping up with this sort of spinning torrent of what was once radiant but now is psychic energy. Is that everything on your turn?
I've only got one arm at the moment. I'm feeling pretty vulnerable. I think I'm gonna just sort of step across to the other side and sort of position myself over near the others, just as sort of like a group.
I see. Let me
Take a
just...
more defensive position given my limited capabilities right now.
Don't really...
I think when we were talking about the injuries and stuff after the session a couple of weeks ago, we were saying that like when the Illithrid like picked Doc up, it was like at that moment when he was unconscious where it like dragged like one arm out like to like pin him and snapped it there.
Okay.
As the other ones like grabbed onto his face.
Yeah.
I'd sort of, because it's been a while since we played, I kind of thought we were in the clear. We're really not in the clear.
No.
There we are. There's a new updated version.
Enemies.
Enemies!
Not the enemies.
Not the enemies! Alright, so let's swing this into high gear. So Mazzy, you are up next. What would you like to do?
So you said there was someone around here, or
Someone in and
What does
around this
Mazzy know?
area.
Because I
Make me a perception check to see if you can sort of spot, because obviously the Eldritch Blast went off and it hit something. And you heard a noise.
I didn't hear anything.
Yeah, you know it's somewhere in this general area.
Okay.
So
I am going to move over here to get a clear line of. Oh no, there's an Gylndan in the way.
just lob it over.
I can go one more, so I'll go there.
All right.
Get a clear line of sight. And do what I do best. Unfortunately, Markuul, looks like we're going to have to hurt you.
If I see Mazzy go behind me to take a shot, can I just shout at him as he goes past non-lethal?
19 hits.
Belinja? Aiming for the legs? I don't know.
Maim, or seriously injured.
Yeah, you fire it off, and this thing just manages to sort of scrape past his like flail swinging arm, dealing a little little hunk of 6 damage. Would you like to go again, sir?
Yeah.
There we are. Hits again.
+9 really does
Matt,
help.
I don't roll well, Mole.
Indeed. Is that everything?
Psych. Yep.
Right. Enemies.
Of the air beware.
Chamber of
Yes.
Space has been opened.
So 5, 10. 15, 20, 25. I'd say the only person close enough would be Drix and Hercule. So let them roll a perception check. Okay. Drix seems to, as you're sort of all looking around at this fight, Drix seems to sort of look to sort of the left side of him by all these canisters. As he thinks maybe something's moving, he goes to sort of reach out for someone who isn't there. But then you just hit, someone's here. But that person is going to do nothing. And then this person is going to go 5, 25. And then he suddenly pops into view as you at first see a dwarf, a Durgar, more to be more precise, sort of pop into view next to you, Mazzy, and then just slowly grow and grow. And this one too has a scar sort of just over his head. He holds a shield and a war pick in his hands, and he does not look
It
happy
looks like
with you.
I've frozen again, by the way.
In fear, Mazzy, I imagine. Oh boy.
Oh boy! But unfortunately, Mazzy's gone. So this is fine. We will continue to keep up pace because it can't do anything else. Actually, we might need to wait for Matt because I forgot about one of the enemies. As behind Hercule, strutting up the street, appears
Oh,
another one of these boys
it can get fucked.
who walks up behind. You hear some. Well, you don't hear anything, but you can just see that Markuul seems to sort of acknowledge it, as if something has been sort of silently said between them. And then it looks over in, I'm going to say this direction, so not the direction of Mazzy to make things easier on his internet. And can all of you make an intelligence saving throw?
Do I need to make one? Or am I still?
Where's
or
the cone
am I
then?
still affected?
Does the cone go?
So the cone is from you, Gylndan, looking up all the way across to Drix.
This is important, man.
Is Markuul in that cone?
Markuul is in the cone.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Oh, Luke. Oh,
Oh, Doc.
right. Okay, I've got inspiration, so I'm going to use inspiration for this.
Okie dokie.
It's intelligence saving throw, yeah?
Intelligence saving throw.
Right, I'm trying on Chrome instead.
Did they both pass?
They both passed.
Fuck! Oh, well.
I'll roll for Markuul.
Matt, Doc and Oramis are stunned.
Oh, right, okay.
Markuul failed. Drixelfell passed like crazy. Actually, he's immune. Fuck him. And
Hey, what
wait,
did you
no.
say I am?
No, he's not immune. Never mind. And Hercule also passed. Hercule's fine, Drix is fine, but Doc and Oramis, you are stunned, and you will both take.
Luke, you're in a lot of
3.
trouble because you're in his Spirit Guardian's range as well too. Just keep failing saves. Oh shit!
12. And that is 15 psychic damage to Doc and Oramis.
Oh shit, there's a big thing next to me.
There is. You unfortunately cut out, but yeah, a Duragar walked up to you and got very big. A Mind Flayer walked up behind Markuul and Mind Blasted everybody, except for you. You were fine because it sort of went in a sideways cone.
So was Markuul in the stun?
Markuul was in the stun, and he did fail.
Yeah, so Spirit Guardian's boot.
So Spirit Guardians is gone.
Oh, thank goodness.
At which
Your brain's
point,
still looking tasty.
yeah. At which point so it does this mind blast, and as it sort of staggers, the hand on a very very stunned Markuul, and just sort of nods, and will remain behind the armored Dragonborn for now, as it seems that Markuul is quite literally now just being used as a meat shield. He is just a slab of meat that they are using to torture you all.
Nice.
And we go Gylndan! Yeah!
Fantastic situation. Right. Right. I've been watching a lot of Peaky Blinders. I quite like the Brummie accent.
Oh, I hate.
So yeah, the Peaky Blinders. Right.
No fighting. No fighting.
No fucking fighting.
No fucking fighting.
Can I see? Is Markuul visibly? Is he stunned? It's stunned.
Yeah, you can very, very suddenly see that Markuul has taken a bit of damage. He's sort of swaying on the spot. He's no longer swinging his flail. It's sort of to his side. This Mind Flayer, one arm on his shoulder, visibly using him as some kind of cover. But he's not grappled in any way. It's just a sort of friendly, sort of, sorry I had to do that to you, but you realise you're a meat shield for us, so I'm not really sorry. You also don't have a mind. My mind is your mind, so it's fine.
Right. Suggestion on the Duragar.
Suggestion on the Duragar.
Yeah. Attack the Illithid. Oh fuck! Oh no. Attack the Illithid by Markuul? By the Dragonborn. Attack the Illithid by the Dragonborn.
Jesus Christ.
Attack the Illithid by the Dragonborn.
Yeah.
Alright, what does it have to roll? Also, is that charmed?
Oh, I don't like the way you've asked me that. Let me just check.
It doesn't matter, it's a wisdom save, never mind. Gets advantage anyway.
Oh yeah, okay.
Duragar be crazy.
The 16 spell save DC.
16 spell save DC. Let's see. Well, that's a 3 and a 1. So Mazzy suddenly watches this Duragar who went from like 3 feet to 12 feet tall, suddenly sort of stops looking at you and eyeing you up for a fight, and just turns and gives a sort of like gives the other Mind Flayer the stink eye a little bit.
And that's concentration, so I've put the little thing on me.
And Gylndan has turned into a clock.
Suggestion concentration.
Yeah. I can double check for you, I'm pretty sure it is.
I mean, may well be.
Concentration, yeah.
Oh, shit.
And then I'm going to... It is 8 hours, though. Not that we'll be here for 8 hours, but... Did we... say... So, if I do a Althor's All-Seeing Eye, do Luke and JJ get that to their saves even though they're stunned?
Yeah.
Okay. Right. 5, 10, 15, 20. I think it's a 30-foot radius on Althor's All-Seeing Eye, yeah?
Yes.
Sorry, I'll double check. So,
It's just a 30-foot circle.
yeah, so
around
Doc,
you, so-
Hercule, Drix, and Mazzarious, and Oramis
I'll get it.
We'll get it. Yeah,
Lovely.
that's my last
Very
one.
nice.
So make it
You
count.
can all get a nice +4 to your rolls. Anything else?
So I move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Gonna move there for them. Yeah. Oh shit. I'm gonna move there, and then that'll be my go.
Cool. Markuul, he is stunned. He's going to make an intelligence saving throw. He succeeds with a natural 20.
Doesn't he have a shit intelligence modifier?
He does. He has a -2, but he got
Oh
a natural
my
20.
God.
So Markuul visibly stupors a little bit and shudders himself off, sort of looking back at some of you trying to pick out the next best target. That's all he can do on his turn, unfortunately. Oramis, can you also make me an intelligence saving throw? You have a +4 to this.
Yes. Sure thing. Sorry, I'm only on the one screen tonight, so I'm having to juggle.
Wait, you been kicked off?
No, this is why Virgin suck, because one half of the house doesn't have Wi-Fi, and they said they were going to send out a new thing, and it was going to arrive in 3 to 5 days. It's been 3 to 5 days. We rang them up. Turns out they never sent it in the first place.
Nice.
Can I recommend Hattie gets the smaller house? That seems to be 90% of your issue.
It's intelligence save, yeah.
Intelligence save, please. You get a +4.
Oh,
that
you're
still doesn't make it.
joking! You're joking. These rolls are terrible this evening.
You've not rolled well.
I've not rolled above
You
a
have.
5,
You have not
Well,
rolled well
apart
this
from-
evening, unfortunately.
apart from my Eldritch Blast. But
Apart from the Eldritch Blast, which hit an invisible thing at disadvantage. But
so maybe I can't complain that much. But
Bunch of bad luck
unfortunately-
hits invisible target.
Unfortunately, you are still stunned. Next up, we have Drix and Hercule. So Drix will come to the sort of.
My favourite musical duo.
Actually, what spells does he have? I sorted this out earlier on today, so I have a rough idea. I just want to have a quick other look to see if he has something that can get him. He doesn't. So instead, he will do. He's gonna. The book he clearly had was a book from the Gylndan has picked up as well at some point, because this book is known as the Book of Magic Missile, and I can't be asked to roll it. So 3 small little missiles flutter out. He's only doing it at level 1 to hit the main
Respect,
mind
my
flayer.
dude. Good spell.
So that's 9 plus 3 is 12 to get a little bit of damage on the board, and
Is
he's
that
going to
on
move.
my player?
Yeah, he's going to move over here because he can sense someone over there. Markuul is also going to throw one of his Hercule. Too many names. Is going to throw one of his things. Hercule is not looking very good, but he can take care of himself. He's fine. Actually, no, that's what he's going to do. He's going to reach into his pack, grab himself a quick healing potion, the only healing potion he actually has, and roll his 2d4 plus 4. No, 2d4 plus 2 even. 8, that's actually not bad. And we go back to Doc.
Intelligence save.
Intelligence save.
I'm going to use my inspiration to roll this with advantage.
+4.
Plus 4. Just makes it.
Just.
You are on the
What
on
a
the
dreadful
DC,
inspiration roll.
my dude. Yeah, that's not a.
Look, real force
Not a
being
great inspiration
stunned
roll.
Immediately on the my player next turn.
Right.
Is that it?
That is all Doc can do.
Was that his action to do that?
At the end of your turn. You can make the thing.
I was trying to sneak a bonus.
Mazzy, it will be your turn in 2 seconds. I just really, really need to pee. I'll be literally 2 seconds. I apologise.
That is one rapid piss.
As established, Ben is a robot and he just says, like, open a door and remove a bladder and replace it with an empty bottle.
Ugh.
Anyway, I think we need to kill this Mind Flayer before we deal with Markuul.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Before we deal with
It's difficult to
Markuul.
get to when he's hiding.
It is, but the Durgar next to you is currently friendly. There is another one somewhere that
Yeah.
does worry me.
Yeah,
But
they're not super strong. I think Matt could take one out in a good turn. It's just how much damage they can deal. I don't think we've actually fought one long enough for it to do a proper attack.
yeah,
Nine.
If the Mind Flayer's still alive, when my turn comes around, I'll pop another Aura of Purity to try and.
Oh, look at you popping your pills and your doodads and your.
I won't then, and you can.
And your
won't
who,
get
what,
advantage
sits.
on your intelligence saves.
Oh.
It does need to recharge its Mind Blast, so that we could be okay for a bit.
Yeah, maybe. But even so, I'd rather have it up and not need it than need it up and not have it.
Definitely need some sort of rest after this.
Oh god, yes, please.
Yes. Some sort of long
Hercule?
rest.
What did Hercule do on that go?
He healed himself.
Oh, okay.
To keep myself awake today, I've had 3 cups of coffee and a cup of tea and a can of Pepsi. I apologise. My bladder has been weak. Mazzy, you are up.
I'm going to move around to here
Alrighty.
so I can get a better angle to avoid
Alrighty.
Markuul's face. And
You're firing off some thrilling trigonometry here.
Thrilling trigger.
firing off some thrilling arrows as well.
20 hits.
That's a lot
Who are
better.
you hitting, Markuul or the
No.
Mind Flayer?
Mind Flayer behind him.
Mind Flayer behind him. Alright, yeah, that hits. This arrow just in between the plates of its armour. And 14, unfortunately, doesn't hit, I'm afraid. As the second one, unfortunately, just glances off the
Occasionally I
armour.
don't roll well.
There is the
Now
odd
is not the
occasion.
time for that.
Enemies!
What's the banquet? Now is not the time for fear.
What comes later?
Enemies. So, first. Ooh, who goes first?
The friendly Durgar.
Friendly Duragar. Friendly Duragar is going to take out a huge javelin and give it a lob. If he's aiming for the Mind Flayer, the Mind Flayer will have half cover against it. So, Gylndan, roll me a d20 and add, what was it? It's
That's
add
gonna hit.
4. Yeah, that hits.
When you
2d6.
said javelin, I was going to say, can I
shit,
retcon my suggestion to say attack him properly?
My last arrow +4 for Sam's thing. Would that have hit?
Yes.
Yes, it would have. Quickly
Is it
roll the
too late
damage
to
for that.
retcon it?
No. It's a click of a button away. Just roll the damage for that now. Now that you've
Success.
remembered,
Well
and it's not
remembered,
too
man.
far away.
Well remembered.
Well remembered.
Didn't really
Someone's
do much
paying
damage,
attention.
but,
It's alright.
Nicely done.
5 more than it was before.
Exactly.
Everybody will. Dinosaur.
Sam, roll 2d6.
2d6. Job be
Indeed.
nice then, if you ask nicely. 2 6s. Halfway.
Halfway.
I always get what you want.
One
That
of them
does
likes
get
you, the other one doesn't.
that does get an added 2 to it, so that is 9 damage,
Excellent.
which isn't bad at all. As
9
this
damage to them.
huge javelin just comes glancing off the shoulder of this Mind Flayer. Markuul tries to sort of block its path, but unfortunately doesn't succeed. And this thing's going to go 5, 10, and it's going to attack Oramis with its tentacles. It gets advantage, thank God. 26 hits, right?
Oh, yucky.
Yes, of course it hits.
Oramis, you are now grappled by the Mind Flayer. And you actually take a bit of damage. Forgot about that. Don't know where my D8 went. I'll use another D8.
Oh, take a bit of damage as well.
1. That's awful.
1 is fine, Ben.
On 4d8 plus 4, take 11 damage.
Could be a lot worse. Could be a lot worse.
It's 11 psychic damage. But you are, however, grappled by this Mind Flayer. A note, it is literally attaching its tentacles around your head, moving you and contorting your stunned body to prepare to eat you on your next turn.
Tasty.
Luke, you seem very chill about this. My boy likes calamari.
Should we take a break there? and never come back? Whose go is it?
Me or the other Duragar, I think.
The other Duragar will now go. And it will just move up 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Little guy's big now. Little guy's big now. Actually, there will be an attack of opportunity from Hercule as it runs just away from him. Disadvantage, unfortunately, because he was invisible at that point. But there we go. Such is life. Disadvantage hits. For 7, which is 14. This thing is now looking actually quite rough after Oramis's brief hit on it earlier on, and now Hercule, sort of hearing this Durgar run away, manages to conjure the soul blade he has in his hands and just smack it on the back as it runs away before it grows in size. Gylndan. You can see your friend has been grappled, the Mind Flayer's mouth literally expanding over Oramis's skull, ready to chomp.
It's okay, I've got a thick skull, it'll take him a while.
I know you have a thick skull, friend.
You know that, obviously, should it chomp down, that is the end of Oramis.
Oh, I'll take that. 13 damage off a level 1 magic missile.
On who?
Level 1? I'm only worth a level 1.
Like JJ said, it doesn't scale very well. Also, I'm really running out of spell slots. We've done a lot of combat. That's on the Mind Flayer.
Mind Flayer, 13. This thing is not looking happy. As it sort of just takes this damage like on its side, almost sort of gives, if Oramis were conscious, it might have given a little bit of wiggle room, but it sort of takes advantage of the fact, and it's almost very sort of gloating in the fact that it's got him sort of stunned, and almost, it even realizes, well, Oramis not stunned right now. He could have possibly got away there, but no, he's fine. He just re-wraps himself around his head.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 25. Yep, happy there.
Cool.
The guy that you hypnotized, Sam, did he ever go?
Yeah, he threw a javelin. He hit a nice javelin, actually.
Oh, that was it. Sorry.
He had a pretty nice javelin.
I remember that. Sorry.
Matt, I like this new side to you, though. You're trying to get maximum damage out of everything. I love it.
I'm trying to think, yeah. I just thought he would run towards the Mind Flayer, but...
I thought he'd do that as well, but he fancies himself an Olympic javelinist.
He's in contention with that throw.
Yeah.
Markuul, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 is going to take out the idiot Duragar, the stupid one that seems to have betrayed his kin, with a hit that doesn't hit, but he'll use his last War Priest to make another attack, which does hit. And that's 3 plus 3, that's 6
What the
damage.
hell's he doing still having War Priest left? He could have been using them all in that fight when he died.
Unfortunately, he didn't have much chance to use them. But if you do notice that before there were 4 Duragar and 2 Mind Flayers, now there are 2 Duragar and 1 Mind Flayer.
Shift.
So he did put in.
Absolute
He did put in a decent shift. I can tell you a bit about that after. But
Save it for
already
the funeral, Ben.
already
for
told
the
you a little bit
funeral.
about that. Potentially the funeral of not just Markuul. Oramis, it is your turn. You are
must have,
grappled one
you
Mind
must have
Flayer.
inspiration, Luke.
I'm about to ask, do I still have Sam's +4? Or was that
No.
used up on my last turn?
That's one round.
Okay.
You still have Sam's +4.
I also have inspiration.
No. You don't have Sam's +4.
Yeah,
That's
You
just
do
what
have
I have.
inspiration, regardless of whether you make it, whether you succeed in doing the save, it'll still have you grappled to chomp down on your face.
Will it? Okay, fantastic. Is breaking out of the thing that's just my turn? Like, snapping out of my... mental.
Yeah, that is just your turn, I'm afraid.
Don't get any bonus actions.
Unfortunately not.
Terrific. Don't suppose I could misty step.
I'm very,
Cool.
very sorry.
Cool. Good to know.
You pass
Right,
the
well,
fucking
using-
intelligence save first.
Yeah.
Using inspiration.
With inspiration, here we go.
Oh no! Oh no!
What is it?
Luke!
You are
Shit.
still
Oh
stunned.
my shit.
I'm very sorry. However, I'm going to make you a happy man. Oh, yes, hello.
Oh, never mind. I realised that point's irrelevant at the moment.
Cool. I'm going to make you a happy man. Hercule turns around and he just turns to Drix and goes, Drix! He's about to die! Do the thing! No, I
Do
will
the
not
thing.
waste. Drix, do the goddamn thing!
Do the thing.
Drixelfar turns.
Do the roar.
And Drix will cast Telekinesis on you.
Ooh,
Now you are
On
stunned,
me.
so you automatically fail Strength or Dexterity saving throws. And therefore, he's going to pull you from the grasp of the Mind Flayer. 5, 10, 15, 20,
Is that
25,
contested in some way?
30.
I was going to say, is that an
I
automatic success?
I don't believe so, because in grappling, it just states, unless you are moved, your speed is 0. I mean, I think it probably should be, so I think
Do you
I
want to
will
see
roll.
if does he do a strength save to see if he gets dragged with it? Because I think telekinesis can drag quite a big weight.
It can, but it's not dragging. I'll make a strength athletics check
I don't want you to
on behalf
necessarily.
of.
Ben. Just it's a tricky
I'll do.
one.
I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll do a strength athletics check from the Mind Flayer against Drixelfar's thing. Which, if you know the stats of a Mind Flayer, it's probably going to be no contest. Yes, the Mind Flayer rolled a 9 on its athletics check, and then Drixelfar has a plus something. 4, was 7, I believe. It's got the same. Sam, what's your? No, it's got higher than you. Never mind. No, it doesn't have higher than you. Sam, what's your spell save DC?
16.
16. There we go. 16. What's your attack to hit bonus
On what?
on spells?
Oh, 8.
There we go. Or so the Mind Flayer got a 9. Drake's got 10.
Hey.
So unfortunately for the Mind Flayer, he's unable to keep his grasp, and Oramis, you are thrown, and unfortunately you will take some damage as he's not very careful as to how he throws you.
I am fine with that.
So you take 1. You take 5 bludgeoning damage as you hit the floor and slide across the very, very cold metal floor quite hard, still stunned. But the Mind Flayer just sort of stands and looks really quite annoyed, as it was just about to have a lovely lunch. But there we go. And Hercule will turn around and attack this thing, and while Hercule does that, Doc, your turn is up. Start doing things for your turn.
Okay, well, it depends what
He just rolls to hit.
this guy.
4 damage, not enough to kill it. Enough to piss it off, though.
I'm gonna go around this side to get me some advantage. And hit it with my hammer, which will have returned to me now from once I threw it.
Definitely hits. Roll the damage.
It's only one-handed, because I've only got one arm at the moment.
Oh dear lord. Yeah, you, as obviously this Duragar's obviously gone big, a lot sort of happening around it. It's prepping to make its attack, and then as it's sort of trying to figure out which one of you is going to properly hit on its next go, you make the decision for him. He ain't going to hit anyone, as you just almost jump up briefly and sock it across the jaw with your hammer,
Yeah.
knocking it down. KO'd.
Okay.
Alright.
I'm then gonna go to this position here, where I believe everyone is in range. I'm gonna use my Dwarven Surge to get another action, and I'm gonna cast Mass Cure Wounds on everyone, which I believe is 6 targets. Yeah, so that's everyone. So there's the 4 of us, Hercule and Drix. I don't know if Drix is missing any HP.
He is not.
Okay, well, you get whatever I roll plus 5, which is 24.
Sweet.
Everyone gains 24 hit points.
Luke, you're happy.
Yeah, boy. Thank the Lord.
And then I'm going to use my bonus
Definitely.
action to
Glove.
whack the Mind Flayer with my spiritual weapon.
Nice. Give it a good old whack. Yep, hits.
It's a hit.
8 damage.
8.
Which is
Could be worse, could be better. Either or. Right. Is that everything on your turn?
yes.
As if you need to do any more. Mazzy, you're up.
Great.
I say you go slice up some seafood.
I am
Yeah.
going to fire a lightning arrow
Oh, yes.
at our good tentacle friend.
Yeah. Is that, yeah, it's the spell lightning arrow.
Yeah.
It needs to make a dex save against that, the first one, and then anyone within 10 feet of it.
Roll to hit first.
Yeah, I was going to say, wasn't this thing we had before where Matt's still got to hit it first?
Oh, yes. Roll,
okay.
yeah, roll to hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a formality.
It's a formality at this point, yeah. Yeah, nicely done. It needs to make a deck save. Fucking hell, I need to get a better place to roll. It cocked it. Yeah, Matt, how do you want to do this?
Oh, yee. Well, yeah. Arrow's going to be charging up. I can feel the vibrations coming through my arm. Shoots out with lightning going everywhere when it comes through the air, straight in the centre of the forehead, and it does a lovely fallback.
It's like a
And you can just hear this.
And all the crackling around everyone's ear.
You can just hear this sort of hard clank as the sort of breastplate armor of the Mind Flayer just hits the floor very, very hard. The Mind Flayer goes down. However, the battle is unfortunately not over. As Markuul looks over and barely even cares that this thing's just died. It's a hive mind. This thing's body is gone, but its mind is still within him, still within mind flayers for miles and miles around, potentially. So he don't give a shit. Is that everything on your turn, Mazzy?
Well, in that case, I'm going to fire my other lightning arrow. It might be a bit of a waste, but I'm running low on main arrows, so it's a save. This guy, Mr. Big.
He's
That
my
must have
friend!
Yeah, but there's nothing else to attack.
Does it get to make a save? When does it make saves? When it takes damage, is it?
Oh, on suggestion.
It doesn't, I
Yeah.
don't think.
No, I think he just keeps going until... To be fair, oh, he's snapped out of it, actually, because the action's complete. He can't complete the task, because the Illithid...
Yeah.
Unless you
Oh!
think my instruction would make him kill the other Illithid.
You said the Illithid near Markuul. That was that Illithid. This job is complete. The Durgar, upon the Mind Flayer, sort of the loud clang of its armor hitting the ground, it's almost like a wake-up bell for this one who just sort of slightly realizes he's outnumbered. All the dead bodies of the Durgar all around him. Markuul behind him, but Markuul did just whack him in the face.
Yeah.
Also, all these guys are actually now small. Their bodies go back to being small when they die. So,
Just for future reference, if you or anyone
well-
damage the target, the spell ends as well.
I'm going to
Okay.
go walk up here
So how
and
did it?
whack him with a sword.
okie dokie. Rolled it.
Not whack him very well.
Unfortunately, the energy you used on that lightning arrow has sort of taken a little bit of your strength away, and you're not able to deliver the killing blow on this thing as of yet.
I'll shout some encouragement to him.
You can.
Stick to the bow, you prick.
I would if I could, but I'm running out of arrows. So if we're going to fight other people later on, don't want to use them all up.
So,
Durgar turns around, does the only thing it can think to do in this situation, and I mean, there's all of you against. It'll probably look to Markuul. Obviously, Markuul fight to the death. Mind Flayers, not necessarily Mind Flayers, but to their thralls, they have a fight to the death mentality. This thing probably knows that Markuul is sort of one with the thing, so even if he made it out, he'd probably get exiled. Yeah, he's gonna have to fight on, and he's gonna take a swing, take advantage of the missed swing that currently came from him, and that's a 19 plus 4. It's 23 to hit you, Mazzy. 5. That is 12 piercing damage as this very, very hefty war pick just comes slamming into your side from this very huge Durgar. Moving on, Gylndan.
I'm going to... Possibly a waste of a spell slot, but I'm going to cast at level 4 because I don't have any level 3 left. I'll do a hypnotic pattern. I'll get both of them, but it's mainly for Markuul.
It's a wisdom save, right?
Actually, let me double check that actually, because he'll be wisdomous.
Wisdomous and wise.
He is wisdomous and wise. Here's a wisdom saving throw and he's good at these. Okay, now a little rethink. Everything's wisdom saving throws, man.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot. I was going to try a whole person, but that's a half wisdom save. I'll probably say that.
Yeah, polymorph's wisdom save. Shit, man. Sorry. I'll try it. Because I'd rather get him out of here. Well, try and do something. So I'm gonna hypnotic pattern him. DC 16.
DC 16. Right. Yeah. Markuul 21. Durgar 20.
Balls. What should I do then? 5. I'll just move over 1.
Move over 1. Alright.
And just shout at Markuul. Again, just say, Markuul, it's gone. You don't have to do this anymore. It's gone.
And now it comes up to Markuul's turn. And he is a bit outnumbered, so he is going to... That's Hercule, not Markuul. Their character sheets are right above one another. Oh, that could be interesting. That could be stupid, but it could be interesting. No. Oh no, he can't do that anyway. He doesn't have the things for it. Okay, so he's instead going to move up to 5, 10, 15, which I believe gets all of you. And he's going to once again cast Spirit Guardians.
Dick.
Which, if centered on him, yes, does get all of you.
Again, why has this MF got so many high level spell slots? What would he do the entire time?
Remember, he has the same channel divinity options you do, which means he can get spells back.
Yeah, but you can't get. I can't even get their doubles back, I don't think.
No. But he used. He mainly used it lower. I have worked it out. There was also like only. I think that whole combat between him and the Mind Flayers was like 2 rounds, which is rather sad.
Oh dear.
He was very active. I think he killed 3 of them in 2 rounds.
No, yeah, I think it was it was 2 because 3. Sorry, because he had Spirit Guardians up, plus whacking, plus spiritual weapon, and in the first round he critted with the guiding bolt. He did well. Anyway, so that will be resolved on each of you guys' turns, and then so then he's going to pull out his own spiritual weapon as a...
Can't do that.
Oh my god.
No, he can't. That's the same turn. So instead, I don't think he actually has any War Priest left. Be surprised if he did. I just knocked that one off.
He used the last one on his last turn, so...
Yeah, no, I was right. So he's not going to do anything.
He can't attack us.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
Yeah, no.
Right, please.
So I think that's all.
Don't
I think that's all he's gonna do. As he gets right up into the middle of you.
Also have to hit me.
So now, Oramis, it's your turn. Can you make me a Wisdom saving throw?
Yeah, I'd love to. Just gotta get back into Roll20.
I see.
Just loading up. Will be 2 moments.
What's your wisdom like?
Luke, I don't know if you've seen the meme of what you see when you're getting a blowjob and what she sees when you're getting a blowjob. So you look like what she sees.
That's a delightful image.
Oh god.
Oh.
I didn't want that
All right.
for you, Sam.
You can never play in that position again, Luke. Wisdom save?
Wisdom save.
Oh, wisdom save.
But you rolled a successful intelligence save, so a small round of applause for that.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
The DC, I
Did you
believe.
ever say out of the stun?
No, you
He
didn't.
did now.
I'll take your intelligence save that you just rolled, and
So he
say that you're out of the
automatically
stun.
fails the spirit guns.
But yes, you do automatically fail the spirit guardians.
Why?
No,
He's
because
stunned
you're
at the beginning.
stunned, so it's not strength or wisdom saves, is it? It's just
It's not
thing.
strength or
So
dex.
actually, yeah. So
Ah.
actually, you pass the intelligence save and you pass the wisdom save for spirit guardians
How does
and
that
spirit
work?
guardians damage.
Thank you, JJ.
Oh, you're stunned. Only half damage.
So you take 9. So you take 9 psychic damage.
How can I persuade you that I can uncanny dodge psychic damage?
My mind is just so elusive. Not even I know what I'm thinking these days. That's what they call a mental breakdown. My psyche be breaking it down, yo. I'm so sorry.
I thought Luke was the one that was trying to persuade us, not you.
I know.
Oh, Ben's just hitting us with some sick beats.
I am. Drix and Hercule, Drix in the spirit of realizing that you guys have got this and thinking this is all a little bit too much for him, is going to just Bubba Bluey. A little bit of magic missile, so that's 8 plus 3.
Oh, I thought the way you're talking, I thought you were just going to start piecing the scene and just be like, right, thanks for the save.
Bye!
No, he sends just these 3 little motes of light just towards Markuul, which sort of slam him on the back. Hercule will sort of more want to take care of this Duragar who's facing up against Mazzy, so I'll move over here, go to here, and then I'll click that, and then he'll click that. 18 hits, 5 force damage. Hercule's pulling it out today. Fair play to the lad. Hits, slams him in the stomach.
Better with this
And Doc, your turn. Wisdom save, Puppa, please.
15 feet for the spiritual weapon. Wisdom save. That's going to be full damage.
That is 18 radiant damage.
I think you're supposed to roll that every time, but I'll take 18 if you insist.
Am I meant to roll that every time? I thought you just roll it once and then that's the...
the way you've had me do it is I roll it every creature.
Okay.
How much do you like rolling dice, Ben?
3. Okay, so that's 14 radiant damage. Save yourself 4 HP there.
Hey, I'm gonna need it. By the looks of this. Alright, and then spiritual attack. Fuck you, spiritual weapon.
As in that one.
Radiant hammer attack. That should be with advantage. I will request and probably still miss with a 15.
It is an advantage. And a 15 does just miss, I'm afraid.
Oh, fuck's sake. What an awful set of rolls. A 5, a 1, a 2, and a 6.
Yeah, that's not fun. Moving it on, we have Mazzy.
Well, I'll give him Mazzy advantage.
You have.
Chars,
If
thank
I've
you.
achieved something this turn.
Yeah. but I've got the sword out, which doesn't roll as high. So.
Oh,
26, thank you.
Just hits.
Just hits with 26.
Yeah, no, you have advantage. Good job. You beat it by 10.
Oh,
Lovely.
15. That is
Damage.
that is a strike. And you know what? Don't even have to roll the second one on this guy. As your blade punches through the thick armor, just sort of by its sort of side or stomach, and it goes down. Mazzy, you do need wisdom save. Should be at the start of your turns, but I'm not overly bothered about it. I think you're all looking fairly healthy at this point.
Super duper healthy.
The rest of us.
Wisdom save, you still need to do it, yeah?
Purpose is to basically get creatures a little bit damaged so that Mazzy can just like hit 60 damage across the go or something and just kill it. We're just here for the small assists.
I'll just take all the credit. Cheers, lads.
That's alright.
So
We are
matters, I think now, but the movement speed is also half in Spirit Guardians.
Yeah, that's fine.
Do you still want me to do wisdom save then?
Yeah, still going to do the wisdom save for Markuul's thing. That is a fail. That's 3d8. Oh, that's not nice.
Doesn't
That
sound very nice.
is 17 radiant damage.
Lovely.
3d8, that's not bad. You still have another attack.
Yeah. So we don't want to kill Markuul, do we?
Ideally not. Maybe?
I'm not sure
No?
it's in our hands anymore.
In that case, we're doing what I was doing before then.
I don't think there's any way we can lock him
26 definitely hits.
down, take him with us. I think the only way we're taking him out of here is in a body bag.
Damn, son. Why you gotta do him like that?
I don't want to. I'm being pragmatic. But I don't like it.
I think Matt might have killed him.
Hasn't killed him, but he definitely hurt him a lot. And as you slice just through his back, there is a moment of like where you don't think he's back, but there is just a moment where his head stoops down a little bit as you've just sort of cut him, and he's not sort of looking in this very, very brief second of him sort of recoiling from this hit like a threat, and it just sort of reminds you of the shit you guys have been through, and you almost think just for a moment like sort of like deja vu of a time you were helping him up or something like that, and it's just this weird moment, but then he sort of looks up, these dead white eyes looking back into you. My time is already over. Hurry up, won't all of you? Or slow down. I don't care anymore. And next up is all the dead enemies. Gylndan, wisdom save, first of all.
Oh yeah. I'm really good at these.
Yeah, huh?
Yeah.
It's not my worst save, it's not my best either. I do actually have, it's not bad actually. Wisdom. Oh, balls. Just a fail.
Fail. That is 15 radiant damage. Psychic damage even. Whatever. And what were you going to do, my lad?
I'm going to hit him with a level 2 magic missile right between the beady eyes.
Right between the beady eyes.
I've moved out of the square and I'm just going to look. Yeah, let's see what my damage does. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 12.
You raise your staff, these motes of light come flittering out, they fly across the room, you can see sort of... Markuul doesn't even care anymore. Like he said, he doesn't care. His shield isn't particularly raised very high anymore. You can see the body is tired, but the mind clearly doesn't give a crap. And as you say, these 4 motes just scatter across his face. Just final one smacks him in the face, and like a tombstone or a slab of stone falling, just.
Like, as he starts to fall, like, catch him.
Ooh, okay, make a dex save to try and
you
catch
can't.
him before he lands.
Disrespectful.
You can't make it an emotion moment like this on a deck set. Alright, go on, whatever.
This is going horribly. I do apologise for dropping you, Markuul. Oh!
Oh, as if it was meant to be.
His body falls, but Doc, you're immediately coming to his aid. You don't even care about your arm anymore. You just dive in there, one arm sort of underneath his body, and it's heavy with just this one arm.
Yeah,
But you're able to.
I'm just like trying to stop him, just like a point
Yeah.
on the floor, just like bring him down to the floor.
And
I'll
you
be, like,
slowly
fumbling
sort
in
of-
the pocket, and I'll like pull out the diamonds that I've got, and be like, there is a chance I can bring him back, but we have to decide. We've got less than a minute. I don't know if this will be powerful enough to cure what they did to him, but I can try. Do we
Imagine
want
if
to
we-
risk it?
Imagine if you had to kill him again.
Oh, that's could be the issue.
We have less than a minute to decide this.
Yes, if we have to kill him again, we have to kill him again.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, sort of through like tears that are starting to go a bit. I'm gonna say yes, absolutely, do this, absolutely.
Okay, I will
Do it.
I will cast Revivify.
Cast Revivify.
Oramis is looking away, but he agrees with the decision. They can't watch.
Place your hands upon Markuul's chest. You utter the healing words. The diamond that was in your hand slowly forms. It's a diamond or diamond dust?
It's a diamond. But,
Okay, yeah. The diamond in your hand slowly forms into dust and then just sort of swirls around your hand, around your wrist, all the way up your body, and then down into your hand again. A light now shines very, very brightly, and you feel a very, very warm, tingling sensation in your hand. And then it's very, very cold as you're reaching into the underworld, death itself, pulling his soul back. And there is a flutter for a moment, a movement, a shake. And blank white eyes open once more. And there is a brief smile with what little energy the muscles in Markuul's face have. Your divine energy won't help you here, lads.
Should put a hand on Doc's shoulder and say it was worth the try.
As I'm kind of assuming I've still got him in my arms, can I like just go to try and just like instantly, I guess just like
Muffle him.
yeah, just like choke it, like just he's only got one.
Choke
HP.
him out.
What is wrong? What is wrong with you killing people? Do you remember those 2 ladies you killed by having zombies chomp them down?
I don't know what to do. Like I just want to do something to like quickly just like snap his neck or something. Like, as
I'll cast Toll the Dead, and he's just gone.
okay.
Oh, there you go. I'll do it. I was
He's got what if he fails a save?
hidden blade. Do you want me to?
He's only got 1 HP. Like as you know, like the reveal, I want to just like do something to just quickly like end it.
Well, quickly, so, Doc, you've just done this thing. Gylndan, you're casting Toll the Dead. What's that, a wisdom save?
Yeah, oh fuck's sake. Yeah, go on.
He passes, and in this moment, he reaches up and grabs Doc by the neck, pushing his throat right into Doc's trachea, and this long, sort of, very unkempt claw just pushes in. You will actually have to roll to hit for that, but I'll give him a bit of a thing. That's 15.
Holy
Good thing. It's not my turn, guys.
You got
I got advantage though. Yeah,
Plus-
flanking.
Oh no, you don't. Actually.
3 plus thing.
Surprised you got advantage.
Oh, that's true.
I've got
So that
advantage.
does hit Doc, and you take 1 + 3. You take 4 bludgeoning damage as he reaches up, grabs your throat, and just starts to squeeze. But then what have you just done? Concealed Blade. He is prone, and very, very quickly you come down. And Luke, how do you want to do this?
I'm just gonna go under the chin, just straight up, and lay him back down on the floor.
Yeah, he was already lying down.
Yeah,
just from a prone position. So yeah,
Okay,
just coming
just
down, just shink.
under, and yeah. Walk
You stab under the chin. Blood sort of trickles down his throat. Markuul takes his final breath. He lets go of Doc. His arm drops back down to his shield, which now topples slightly and moves. And upon his shield, just on the inside, there are scratches where none of you really think there were scratches before. And as you look over, you just can see that it seems in his final moments before whatever happened to him happened, Markuul wrote down a very quick and brief note. Save my brothers. Be well, lads. And Markuul was gone.
Oh, we brought him down here.
Wow.
We're not leaving him here.
No.
He's not.
How big's the bag of holding?
It can get a body in, no problem.
Does it add to the weight?
Even though I have to chuck everything else out.
Well,
The bag
I'm
of
sure we can
holding
split a lot of
has-
what's in there.
Well, can I definitely have my arrows in the bag of holding?
I know this is mega knowledge, but if I remember correctly, the bag of holding has something like a 60-foot cube of space in it.
Yeah,
So
it's pretty big.
we could definitely.
I'll be able to say you'll have to take his armor off. Not his like robes, but just his like
Plate
scale
mail
mail
or
armor.
whatever. Does he have
Uh,
armor? I thought he just had. I thought he
No,
just had his skin.
he has scale mail. So yeah, obviously he has his
Okay.
scaly skin, and then
I
these
have-
quite big
I have a
scale
set of
mail
blind-
bits
of
over.
blind flame helmet in there, Ben. Can
Yeah.
I toss that to keep Markuul in his armor?
Oh no, it's not a case of you can't keep his armor. It's just gets fitting him in the bag
Okay.
with
through
his
the-
armor on.
Like through the.
Yeah, through the opening won't really work. It's a bit too thin. So it's just sort of taking
You
the
chuck
big
the armor
bulky
in
armor
after.
off. Yeah, and then
Yeah.
just chuck the armor in after.
Okay,
I'm
yeah,
guessing.
fine.
Can we also take his shield so we can give him a warrior's send off when
Oh,
we
we'll
get
take
out of here?
everything he's got. Yeah, everything's
Yeah.
no part of him is staying here because no part of him was truly here.
Take him back to his temple.
Oh fuck!
Oh, ways to put a downer on things, Ben.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not the one who done. No, I'm not going to say that because that'd be mean to say after he's just died.
What left him? We did leave
Yeah,
him.
but
You did slightly leave him.
I mean,
But he
it
did
was
tell
all
you
about
to
that
leave.
little trip.
It's hard to believe him.
So
If he hadn't have fallen,
Classic movie trope.
one
you know,
one
the
dice roll.
stumble.
Sometimes it's all it
the
takes.
one dice roll on a pathetic, like, sneaky walk run. That's it. Even with my pass without
He was
trace.
out of range of your pass out trace.
Oh,
I think
that
that
was
was
it,
the problem, wasn't it?
Yeah, I had to go at some point. Yeah.
He rolled
The
it.
room.
Before
Yeah,
you
he did.
guys
Oh.
put him in the bag of holding, just gonna put a hand on him and say, "At least you're at peace now."
Yeah. Mazzy, have 10 more arrows.
Oh, no.
Ron's
felt like
just
hand in,
Doc-
have this,
Oh,
have
while
that.
I'm here, as he takes some arrows.
Yeah. Just. Oh.
The room goes very, very quiet for a minute. Hercule and Drix sort of walk back up to each other. They look over each other's wounds. They give each other a very brief, very, very brief sort of hug, or it's like a half hug before
It's got to be the weirdest shit I've ever seen.
coming together. Like,
It's a really sobering moment after everything that's happened. Is just see this enlisted and do a hug.
I'm really sorry about your friend. I ain't never seen a Dragon Ball before, but he's a good man, I think.
Can I square up to the Illithid and say what's so special about you that we lost our friend?
What's so special about you? Half-elf. Clothes of... I would assume some sailor type. We're not seeing many elves down here other than the drow. Why are you all down here?
I'll just come over and sort of next to Oramis. I'm assuming this body is. I can sort of go over it.
Yeah. All the I'll clear up the bodies.
Yeah. So that death is Markuul's death has hit Gylndan a bit hard, and he's gonna come over with this quite aggressive edge and just say, you know, we just lost one of our group, getting you out of here. So I really don't think you should ask any fucking questions and just go along with what we do, okay?
Fine. So, this is the way it is to be. What now? What are the Upper Dwellers' great plans?
We go our separate ways, and we never see each other again.
Well, mighty sad to hear that. Good luck with everything, and Loth and all that, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry for all this.
I'm gonna offer Hercule my hand for a shake. Just say, "You're a good man, Hercule."
If you ever come topside, ask for Oramis. That name will get you far.
Far into the far Shit's Creek.
I have another question.
I thought we just said no questions.
Motherfucker, did you hear what I just said?
Did you all mention... Hercule mentioned... Loth. What is your business with her?
Murder, hopefully.
Interesting. Go the way you are, you will all end up like your friend.
Oh, Toll are dead on this. Yeah, staff hit, whatever. What? How dare he? How dare he?
Are you actually hitting him?
Oh yeah, 100%. He is getting a donk on the head. No, he's not.
You go to raise your staff, and he just stops it, like very, very easily. He looks pretty weak and nimble in and of himself, but he just sort of grabs the end of it. If you let me finish. I do not stand for incompetence, and he just throws you back your thing. If you go as you are, you will all die, but with me, and what that Illithrid held, you may yet go out alive. But we must not discuss this here. You saved me, and for that I am... What is the word, Hercule? I think you mean grateful. Grateful. Come. We have a hideout not far from here. You may stay the evening, should you wish, and we can discuss this further.
Okay,
Team Hull.
If you mention the Dragonborn again, I won't miss next time.
Fine. He begins walking off. Hercule follows suit. Hercule just turns around. I'm sorry. He's a little tense. We went through a lot of shit in here back in the day, and just give him a minute to calm down. He likes tea, so maybe we'll go back to our little hideout. I'll put the kettle on, and we'll assume we can get a fire going. I'm sure that'll be fine, and we'll sort all this out. Follow us. He's not lying though. They're probably going to want to come over here. We better go. Hercule shuffles off to the exit.
Waves.
Yeah, Drix doesn't seem to slow for like anyone. He's not waiting for anyone to do anything. Hercule's clearly trying to sort of be a midpoint between you, so like keep Drix within eye shot, but also you guys. He doesn't want to lose you because obviously you guys don't know your way around the caverns of the Underdark and everything. You can leave this place.
I'm not really ready to leave just yet.
Oh, not ready to leave just yet. What are you doing real quick?
The crystals.
Chip off some crystals to take.
Yeah. How long are you going to spend to chip off some crystals?
Not long, like 5-10 minutes.
5-10 minutes.
5 minutes. Yeah.
All right. And what are you using to chip off said crystals?
So in my bag, I've got a hammer, and I've got, I think it's called is it billions or something like that? Pitons, which are like things. So I'm gonna use that as like a chisel.
Yeah. Okay. Just make me a general strength check. Just sort of average strength check, just to see sort of how much you can chisel off in this amount of time. Yeah, very nice.
Quite a bit.
Yeah, so you managed to sort of get to the sort of tip end points of this thing. The sort of obviously realizing sharper end points, easy enough. Just chisel off a lot of these bits, and they do stick out in sort of all directions. And you do manage to chisel off a fair bit, so you get like a small bag. You think that, obviously, given the properties of these things and given where you got them from, maybe the story might help them sell. You think these could sell for a couple of $100 gold. This small bag, probably fairly easily, and a couple of $100 gold, especially as you chip it off and you put it in a bag and you realize it's still glowing, which is interesting. Not very much. It'd probably light up a 5 foot by 5 foot sort of square around you. You know, little more than a candle, but better than nothing. And you continue on. Is there anything else anyone wanted to do in this room at the minute?
No, I think sort of Doc is probably just fairly like inconsolable, and it's not really until like we're sort of on the cusp of leaving that anything practical like actually putting Markuul's body in the bag and giving Mazzy his arrows and stuff like that actually takes place.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's cool. And you can leave, and given Drixelthar and Hercule know the way, we can time skip a little bit. It's about 3/4 of an hour to an hour's walk. You make it to this small cave, which looks like a sort of... it's sort of just like where the rock sort of overhangs a little bit over a section where some water has created a very, very small spring, no bigger than, I don't know, maybe half a football pitch. So actually, yeah, that's kind of sizable. About half a football pitch. Water sort of trickles into this place, and just underneath that, there is a small sort of crack in the wall. It's a little bit of a squeeze to get through. You get through, and it is quite an open area. They seem to have made somewhat of a den here. Hercule will explain on the way that obviously with them both being exiles, they've had to make lots of these little dens. So there's one on the other side of that psychic cave that you first met Hercule at. There's another one sort of out near the City of Outsiders, and lots of different places. It has basic amenities. It has things like makeshift beds for Hercule and Drix, and a couple of different things like that. And as you guys get there, put your things down or whatever, it might be a good time for a 5-minute break if people want it.
Yeah, that sounds
Yeah,
good.
seems a good idea.
Yeah.
That's
Fun.
Indeed.
a man can grieve as long as he wishes.
Speaking of grieving, let's jump back in, shall we?
And it's a good thing we didn't do this session in person, because I feel compelled to hit you.
Yeah, do you reckon if we all just
I
picked
know.
up dice and just started hurling them at Ben?
Are you sure he's dead? Are you sure he's dead?
Get that
Are
bread
we?
out, start waving it at him.
Are we back?
Yeah, we're back.
Oh damn! Have you
We're
already
back.
removed his character sheet?
Move on.
I did that. I did that last week, and none of you noticed.
Man.
Yeah, I noticed this session.
Yeah.
That
So,
we no longer had access.
we're back.
Foreshadowing.
But I thought that
You
was because
are-
he had changed a bunch of his stuff, so we couldn't, and he took it away, so we couldn't see the changes.
Did it because he's an asshole.
So we are back. You're in this small little alcove that the mind flayers seem to have. That Drixelfar and Hercule seem to have created them for themselves. You're more like you're up here now rather than down there. So congrats, you moved up another hex. It's like I said, it's small, it's cozy, and as you get in, Hercule immediately is like, "Oh, well, that was a long day. Good to have you back, Drix." Like, good to be back. Now, hand me the cap you found on the Eleutherid, please.
The cap. I believe I picked that. Why?
Because then I can show you how it works and tell you why it is a vital item
What?
you
Sorry, what is
need to
this?
defeat Loth.
It was a little metal cap, like I imagine a little bit like what Magneto wears, but maybe not all the way down his face. Just
Yeah, very, 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 very similar. It sort
Yeah,
of goes
I picked
to
it up
about it
from
goes to
the
about here.
Illithrid.
Around the top and the back of the head, it is shaped in a sort of skull-like shape, made of pure metal, and it seemed to have a strange sort of hum to it, though you couldn't quite figure out what it did as of that moment.
I'm gonna give it to him, Ben.
Give it
But
to me.
tentatively.
Interesting. Yes, it'll do. Do you know what this is?
And the fashion accessory. Sorry, Gylndan wouldn't be making jokes at this point. No, I don't.
I thought as much. This is what we Illithid used once upon a time to enhance our psionic abilities. It is what a regular Illithid such as myself can use to do extraordinary feats of power.
Why did the Illithrid not use it then?
This is outdated technology. And should one use it, they will be incapacitated for a time. Our minds can only take so much, advanced as they are. Short bursts. I assure you, had it used this, things might have gone differently. But then he might have hurt himself in the process. It is dangerous, but if you want to defeat Loth, it is what you will need.
Is it just
Point.
Illithids that can use it?
Unfortunately, yes, I know not what it would do on the likes of a human or a dwarf or half-elf. You can try if you would like. He just hands it over.
I'm very intelligent. Not to brag.
I'm sure you are. Just tentatively offer it back if you wanted to put it on.
Tell me exactly what it expands the power of my mind, but at a cost physically to me.
That is what it does for us, mind flayers. It was created back on our home world. As I said, very old technology. I don't believe it has ever been tested on a human subject.
So if you said it's key to our victory, who do you propose uses it then? You?
Yes. Me.
It seems we have some sort of uneasy alliance then.
It would seem so. Hercule will pipe up. Hold on a minute. Drix. Since when have you wanted to take down the goddamn queen of the drought?
There's also a question we would quite like answered.
Reasons are my own. Don't worry. Yeah, obviously all this is being spoken through your mind. His face isn't really moving that much.
Oh,
so I'll say make an insight
weird.
check, but with disadvantage.
Oh, well, what's the point?
We'll still give it a go.
That's neither good nor bad.
The way he's sort of acting and moving, you can tell there is some interest there. Obviously, in defeating Lolth and things like that, and his sort of interest in the conversation. But yeah, you're not really able to ascertain a lot more than that. He sort of continues to look at this thing. Many years ago, when my kind first came here, we were attacked by a race of being known as the Gith. We found these caverns and Lolth herself, and through an uneasy alliance, they helped chase the Gith away, defeat their war bands, and we found sanctuary. However, Lolth, realizing that we were vastly more intelligent than any of you people on these realms, realized there could be a problem with making such an uneasy alliance. We also realized that a woman with a very large army and control of this whole cavern could also be a very uneasy alliance. So our leader, the Elder Brain, made a pact. Lolth was to be experimented on, so that very high levels of psionic power could render her unable to be the deity that she believes she is. And obviously she has an army to take us down. In return, the Illithid promised that their numbers could only grow so large, so that should war ever break out or unrest break out, she could march her army down and defeat us all. But should any Illithid have one of these present, they could weaken her to the point where she can't use higher level spells, and weaken her resolve. That is what we must use this for. Places it briefly just sort of on his head, and it fits uneasily well. Shuts his eyes and fascinating. So, why is it you wanted to defeat the Spider Queen?
That's not how this works. If your reasons are your own, our reasons are our own.
Fine. You are a wizard, are you not? A practitioner of the arcane arts. I've seen your book.
Yes.
I'm something of a practitioner myself.
I saw. That was a good use of magic missile.
Thank you. Might I take a gander, Dioro? I'm intrigued. Fairly new to the world of the arcane. Unfortunately, I had a mishap. And he glances, feels his sort of stub.
So it's not a penis.
It is not. I, unfortunately, was exiled for my interest in the arcane arts. To show for it, I have had this. Please, could I investigate?
I think if I scratch your back, you need to scratch mine. And I'll pull out the little arcane book that I found earlier. And I'll say, I want you to tell me what some of this means. In exchange, you can have a read through my book.
The arcane book? Oh, the one in the Elitharid's pocket.
Oh, was it in the... Yeah, sure. Oh yeah, it has a metal skull cap and a notebook in a different language. I'll take the notebook. Yeah, I'll have the notebook, okay.
He takes both of them in his hand. Yes. Come with me, we'll discuss this further. He walks into a separate room, leading Gylndan and anyone else who wants to come with, into a small sort of... these are sort of like rooms, but they're not dug out in any way. Like, this is just sort of how the cavern is formed. And there is just a slight bit where it narrows and then goes wider in like this 15 by 15 foot room. The only thing that's really in there is a lantern, and for, you can assume, like Herkel and him to see in bright light, covered in a sort of glass container, as well as just a table with a lot of sort of scrabbling writing all over it. The writing isn't really much. As far as you can see, it's some plans, a basic map of the Underdark, no more detailed than the one you have, except for the fact that it has a little bit more of a detailed look at this area here, so a little bit more detail as to sort of where the caverns go and what might be down there and stuff like that. It seems that from just a very, very quick glance, that is where those blind goblins live.
From the entrance.
From the ones at the entrance, that's where they seem to be born and bred and things like that, and that's where they are sort of kept in these weird little caverns. He places the book down and your arcane book down, leaves it to the side, and he takes a very, very quick reading. And reading this language, again, it's a little bit like Braille, a little bit like reading, so it's half him sort of waving his hands over the sigils and symbols, and half him actually reading stuff. But he's moving through the pages very, 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 very quickly. And eventually he sort of finishes maybe 5 or 6 of them. It seems a new Ulitharid has been born. They are to go out past Thesvera, set up a coven there. Yes, it also seems that Illithids are being sent out on the next wave to your world. There is a portal. Interesting. I was unaware of this. I do not have the connection to the hive mind since my exile, if you were wondering. You are all safe.
Ish.
Yes, it would seem a detachment of Illithid are being sent out with several detachments of drow.
This
Slaves are needed down in Vogdorul.
this Illithid setting up a new coven. Is that a breach of your pact to limit your population, or?
I do not believe so. Illithid die, and new Illithid are born, much like you folk. So it only makes sense. The one going down near Thesfera. It seems my kind and the drow are getting closer by the day. Then again, all dwarves. Looks at Doc briefly. Durgar, I mean. Are good for swinging a hammer. And fetching things every now and again, I suppose.
Feel that way about Hercule? I'm assuming Hercule's not in the room.
Hercule's not in the room, no. He's making that tea that he suggested earlier on. You can just hear him every now and again, like, where'd that? I swear I had more mugs than one. He reads through the rest of it, and as far as he can tell, it's just more details.
Is he just going to pie that question? I was trying to dig into his relationship with Hercule.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah, yeah, so you'll sort of be there. Hercule is a companion. He has compassion and friendship. Qualities I'm in need of now. But he's unfortunate to be born Durgar. Maybe drow. You humans don't seem all too simple.
Why, thank you.
Might have done him a little better. Feels the way through it, yeah, like I said, it's just more details on sort of how many are going out, who they're going with, what the plans are. So it seems that now they've made a basic maps of the basic sort of surrounding area have resurfaced, and they are targeting places in the Dwarven Mountains, places like farms, places like small populations where they can go in, take things down very, very quickly without a lot of resistance. So obviously they're staying very, very clear of Hawksmoor and places like that.
How far is Mazzy's family farm from the portal?
Half a day's walk, maybe more.
Oh shit!
Family's been through enough.
We need to do this quick, I think. I mean, not for lack of trying. We've been through.
Yeah.
I was just thinking. I think we're only about 2/3 of the way there, really, and it's been this much of an emotional drain.
Yes. To be fair, 90% of this has been the first day, which I think I overdid it on a little bit. But hey ho. So yeah, he continues to look through that. Yeah, like I said, more plans, more things like that. The Ulitharid's Coven at Thesfera will be more of a traditional one rather than the one that you guys have seen, which was an experimentation layer. This one will be more sort of an expanding, a traditional sort of expanding of the network of the Ulitharid sort of hive mind kind of thing, so that it can reach, it seems, into Thesfera, so Illithid can sort of live and commune in Thesfera a little bit better, and still be connected to the Elder Brain all the way over in the Illithid's Coven.
Can I ask him? Yeah. Can I ask him two things? Can I ask him what's awaiting us in Dandorum Forge?
Yes. I'm probably not the one you would want to ask that about. Hercule might better know what lies within. I do not care for arms and armor.
And then I'll ask him if it's possible to get to the Temple of Lolth without interacting with the Illithid's Coven.
Why, it is potentially quite simple. See, the Illithid's Coven is set into the far cavern side. When we came from the far realm, we came in a large metal structure, much like one of your ships that you sail the seas with. This is what the Illithid's Coven is built into. As you can see, as you probably have determined by now, the Underdark has many dangers. We do not tread outside lightly. You may almost think of it as a small spider. You do not interact with it. It may not interact with you. Though you did take down one of the Illithid covens down here,
collateral damage, I'm afraid. Didn't give us much choice.
I would be wary of going too close, however. The Elder Brain can sense any intelligent creature for miles around, much like the Illithid.
It's okay, we have an Oramis.
Makes sense.
Oh.
This?
Drake's be joking.
This Drake.
Is there anything else useful from that? Or is that everything useful?
That's pretty much all that's useful from that little from that little book. He'll pass it back to you if you want it, or he'll keep it, or whatever.
What level spell slots can he learn?
He is a 10th level spellcaster, so he is the same as you. So up to 5th level.
Okay. So he could learn all of my spells in my book if he wanted.
He could potentially, yes, learn all the spells in your book, and if you maybe asked him nicely, you could potentially learn some of the ones in his.
Takes 50 gold and some time, though.
If
you're going to be here overnight, but we're probably not going to get out of here before the end of the session. I don't think so. I'll think on it.
That's fair. It is after all this talking that eventually you just hear a voice come from the other room. Tea's ready. If any of y'all still wanted it. I only had glasses, so and no milk. So here's just some tea. It's really just leaves and some lukewarm water, but goes down fine just the same. And just like one gulps his entire thing. Especially when you mix it with brandy. Anyway,
I tried it. Is it rancid?
It is pretty horrid. Obviously, down here they don't get much vegetation, so the leaves that they've got are probably they're not great.
Nice.
So for anyone who tries it, you just get this weird sort of taste. It almost tastes like a really gone-off mushroom, but in liquid form. And as tea does when it's like warm but without milk, it just dries out your throat, and it's kind of weird. It's a little bit horrible. Y'all can just sit yourselves wherever you want, wherever you can find room to have a good nap. I think we've all had a long day. I'm certainly going to get some rest. I think you all should too. Yeah. Drix, are you sure about this, about Loth? I'm sure. Alright. Well, looks like we're on the move again. Rest up, boys. See you in the morning. And he walks back into a very, very small room. It is about the size of Hercule, sort of diagonally, so he can just about sort of lay straight. And there's just loads of blankets and stuff just sprawled in there. There's a pillow made from the feathers of a creature that you probably have never seen before. And he just tucks himself in. goes to sleep. Drix will leave the room and the cavern itself and just sort of stand outside, sort of very blankly staring at the scene before him. The quite pretty view of the sort of water trickling from above, the little stagnant pool that's in front, out towards the miles of expanse of cavern ahead. Just whether it's keeping watch or whatever, it's what he's doing. What would you guys all like to do at this point?
Sleep.
Yeah, it's not really like it's not really a course of celebration, is there?
No.
So I think hit the hay. Tomorrow's a new day.
It's a new
Hit the hay. Tomorrow's a new day.
It's a new
Long
life.
rest. Spell
Long
slots.
rest. Health spell
points.
slots.
And I've got my spells back.
And
Everything.
I'm feeling good.
And you regenerate arrows.
Banum. Banum.
I could go search all the dead bodies I've killed.
You should probably do
I
that.
hope the arrows are still worthy, but that's about it. No.
Didn't we have I saw we had a rule in for that.
Yeah, you gain half. You can collect half your arrows back. Half the arrows you've used up, you can get them back after the fight.
Oh,
If you spend.
I thought right at the
Yeah,
start we just said, "Oh, they'll be
yeah,
broken," so we
yeah.
didn't bother.
Yeah, if you spend a minute, you can get
well,
half the
clearly
arrows you have
I haven't,
back.
but knowing that, I will do that going forward.
Cool. You spend the long night. Is anyone going to be taking a watch at all? Or
Didn't they say that?
are you all just heading to sleep?
I'm sleeping.
Yeah, I think I'm sleeping as well.
That's fair. You all head to sleep. A giant bear parades around with an even gianter giant.
Yeah, it was like
3 and 17, not bad rolls. You all head to sleep.
Someone's failing something.
It's a little bit hard to sleep, especially after the day you've just had. You find yourselves maybe a little guilty, heartbroken, grieving, finding it maybe a little bit daunting and a little bit confusing, considering who you're now working with and how, potentially how long is left to go, but also how close you're getting. It's a tough night's sleep, but you wake up in the morning decently rested. Obviously had a long rest. Hercule is packing a brief bag. If we're taking down Loth, we're going to need to go to Safe House D. And Drix is like, yes, maybe that would work. If we are to take down the Spider Queen, this cavern is about to get chaotic. The scramble for power will be great. But that will not be our problem. No, probably not. I'm thinking we do all this. You guys' world seems nice. I mean, it brought up all you, and you guys got some fancy digs on you here. So if you don't mind, I might head back up with y'all.
Durg are quite distinctive in their appearance.
Yeah, I'll be fine. I can go invisible. Hey, I mean, if I'm hiding away in small caverns and such, I might as well have a better view than a goddamn rock wall in front of me.
We do.
I heard
We
up
know a
there
place.
you got this really big bright light in the sky. Is that true?
The sun.
That is true.
Yeah,
might be-
son, I knew it was a word.
Might be good use on the farm.
I was
Extra
thinking
pair
the
of
farm
hands.
or the sanctuary up
Oh,
north.
no chance.
Nah.
Or the sanctuary. Really?
Not allowed at all. No.
Well, I mean,
Special
Hercule's an
dispensation?
alright guy.
No. Definitely not.
Why not?
Nah. Doc is 100% anti-Illithid at the moment.
Oh, no, we're not talking about him. We're talking about... Well, I'm just talking about...
I'm talking about Hercule, not
Hercule.
Drix.
We're undecided on him.
I'm not sure Drix wants to come up, but if Hercule wants to come up, I think Hercule can come to the sanctuary, 100%.
Well, I don't know what the sanctuary is, but I'm assuming it's a nice place. Thank you kindly. Right now, well, I'm assuming y'all want to go through Dondoran Forge to get to Loth's Temple.
It's the only way, isn't it?
Oh,
I mean, you could swing around the Forest of Machinae. It's
The only realistic way.
in the morning, Ben, I will withdraw Markuul's body from the bag and spend, I can't remember what the casting time is, but 10 minutes plus whatever the casting time is to cast Gentle Repose on him
What
as a ritual.
What does Gentle Repose do?
Prevents it from the body from decay and can't become undead for 10 days.
Is that the exact wording of it?
You touch a corpse or other remains. For the duration, the target is protected from decay and can't become undead. This spell also effectively extends the time limit on raising the target from the dead, since the days spent under the influence of this spell don't count against the time limits of spells such as Raise Dead.
Protection from decay. Okay, cool. You do that.
I don't like that, Ben. I don't like the way you said that.
What? I said nothing.
I don't like the way you repeated the words that I said back to me. But yeah, so Markuul's body won't decay while in the bag, well, for the next 10 days, won't decay while in the bag of holding, and he can't be raised as undead.
What level spell's that?
That's a level 2 ritual spell.
Did you not want to do that?
I didn't have it before.
Ah,
I didn't
okay.
have it prepared, so I had to wait until we had a long rest so I could prepare it
See.
to cast it as
Fair
a
enough.
ritual.
Well, I can let you off then.
Is there anything anyone wants to do in this small little safe space that you've got right now? Gylndan, your divination has now recharged.
I'm gonna save that.
You don't save there.
Also, I have a think. Yeah, well, we got my decision now, don't I? Yeah, I'll save it because I mean,
You'll save
it's-
it?
Our path. I've kind of it's something I use when our path's not immediately obvious, and I think our path is quite crystal clear at the moment.
That's fair. Alright. Is there anything else anyone would like to do at the current time?
No, I will have at some point whipped up some sort of sling for my broken arm.
That's
So what's
fair.
the recovery time on that? Or can you heal it?
You can heal.
I don't have any diamonds to cast Greater Restoration anymore.
I said that you could heal or lessen the effects of it with high level healing. So like
Which it
cure
doesn't have.
wounds at a high level
Okay.
might be able to numb the pain enough for it to be usable, not hefty enough to hold a shield, but maybe just enough to use your hammer with two hands. Because obviously that's not the whole weight of the hammer on it, that's like your left hand and your right hand on it. But you would have to do that a certain amount of times.
Yeah.
Or something like Lesser Restoration would allow you to do that as well, potentially.
I think I'll just wait and see what
That's up to you.
I've got left at the end of the day.
Fair enough.
If I've got anything that can help before we take another long rest, then maybe I will. But otherwise I'll suffer.
Fair enough. So, you're up. You're out. Drix is exactly where you left him. Still sort of stood there, waiting for you all to go. And you head off. You make it back onto the road, heading along the trail. And as you start heading up this way, there is a distinct warmth that blows through the cavern. And now your trail is sort of slowly going up. At a very slight slant at first, but as the miles progress and the hour goes by, and the first hour of your journey goes by, it is a little more noticeable. Hercule will explain a little bit briefly about Dondoran Forge. So, Dundorm Forge is essentially split. So a Duergar's day is split 3 ways. So essentially, when you're born or whatever, or when you are old enough to be of working age, you're split into 3 groups essentially. There is the working group, the sleeping group, and the sort of other group, like whatever the hell they want to do. So the day is obviously split into 3s. So one group will sleep while the other works, while the other does their own thing, whether that be hunting or fighting or farming or whatever extra thing they want to do, or just raising family, things like that. And this essentially goes on and on and on and on. And this means that sort of at least sort of 2 things at a time, throughout the day, the forge will constantly be in use, except for one set of 8 hours. One set of 8 hours has to be left for the forge to sleep. No one, not even the Duergar, know what goes on inside the forge while it sleeps. But there are rumours. There are mumblings. People know that, so Dundorm Forge was supposedly created by the god of the forge, Kothar, for the Duergar. They say that obviously he created it. It was his own forge before he created the Duergar, and when he ascended into Celestia, he left a keeper of the forge. This keeper is unseen by anyone, but people say or think that during this 8 hours where it must be left alone by everyone, no guards inside, no janitors sweeping, no mouses like walking around, nothing. This is the time that the forge keeper uses to thing, and every now and again, every few nights, there can be a lone hammer being heard pounding against hot iron or steel.
Ooh, spooky.
The place is decently guarded during this time, but it is respected by the drow that no one goes in. It is also respected by the Illithid that no one goes in, and obviously the Duergar, that is law for them. Anyone goes in, you are immediately killed. No questions asked. You try and cross the bridge to go in, that's it. You're beheaded.
Heavy.
They are very religious when it comes to Kothar. That's why all the Duergar have a huge iron gauntlet fused onto their hands when they're younger. Each one of them prays to Kothar. They see Kothar as their god of everything. So they don't just believe in like, oh yeah, the god of the sun and the god of agriculture. No, Kothar is everything for them. A bit like the drow with Lolth, for example. And it would seem that you are all potentially in some luck. As you head to the top and the ground starts leveling out a little bit, and now it's becoming quite warm, like a hot summer's day warm. And the air that blows through the cavern has a distinct sort of smell of sulfur and sort of ash to it. And you look down upon the large crossroads ahead of you, and to your right, the huge cavern that leads off to the forest of the Myconids. And ahead, Dundorm Forge, but right in front of the forge and around the area are pools and a large river of flowing lava. The forge itself, sort of to quickly wrap up, covers the entire cavern, and has a river of lava sort of flowing at its front, with a bridge leading over, a lone bridge, with what you can assume Duergar guarding the front of the bridge, and a watchtower just at the front of the bridge as well, to see if people are coming from anywhere around. The front of the forge also has a large dwarven sort of face embellished in it, its mouth open, and that's what you use to walk in. And you are fortunate that the forge itself seems now to sleep. But you will have to make it past the guard first. And whatever lies within. Next session.
Wait, so
And
we
we
have
can call
to
it there.
physically go through the forge to get to the other side?
Yes, it seems that the forge physically takes up the entire space of this. Not necessarily takes up the entire space, the forge itself, but obviously it takes up most of the space, and then there is like moats of lava to the side, watchtowers, things like that, sort of all along the side of it as well, to make sure people aren't like using sort of riverboats to go across lava to sort of go around, things like that.
How the
Generally-
fuck did they get in here?
Generally, the Duragar just sort of say, okay, well, during the time the forge is asleep, we just can't go to the Temple of Loth. Not that they really ever need to. That's that. I will get a proper map for it laid up next.
I hate this place. I can't wait until we leave.
But to potentially help with your sort of thinking of how you might get through, Drix will mention that he does have an invisibility spell to hand.
Alright, bye-bye.
So that could be helpful.
Well, I'll go pass without trace back. Now we've had a long rest.
This is also
This is
true.
true. This is true, but will there be a stage where we just can't like physically make a stealth check?
Yeah.
Because
I mean,
There'll be a guard that we have to literally looking right at us, and we have to try and get past him.
yeah, but if you combine the two, being invisible and moving silently,
it's a good way forward.
then I mean, like to meta mechanica, invisibility would be like advantage on stealth, and then pass without trace would be +10. So advantage with +10, you're going to be
hard pressed to fail something like that, but
we're going to be able to pretty much walk in. It's what's on the inside that I reckon will be the. I mean, and also, how many people can he cover with that?
so obviously
Well,
invisibility is himself, and then he has up to 5th level spells. So it's
I can do
an
a couple
extra.
as well, just to prevent him from spending too high a spell slot on it.
And Hercule can go invisible once a day for an hour, because he's a Duragar.
Is there more benefit to one high-level spell slot being used as opposed to 2 medium spell slots?
Not other than more concentration. But then if we get into conflict, we're probably going to be visible anyway. Yeah, I mean, I
Only
imagine
other thing to raise.
is the dead.
No, absolutely. Obviously, this is a Duragar place, so if all Duragar can go invisible, do you think there might be some checks against invisibility?
That is a good point.
I would say no, given the fanatical nature with which the Durgar follow this. The rule of Kofan.
I wouldn't rule it out.
I
So
picked
it's probably
Dark
something
Vision,
to
by the
check.
way, Ben.
You picked Dark Vision again? Alright, cool.
Thing, yeah. Because I think if I had it now, I'd probably pick See Invisibility, but in the morning I would have just picked Dark Vision. So
That's fair.
So one person at second level, 2 at third, 3 at fourth, 4. You can only get 4 people covered by invisibility at 5th level. So it's going to need at least 2 castings of invisibility anyway, plus Hercule.
Something to think about this week.
It's a
I
discussion we
will.
have out while we're walking
Yes.
towards the forge.
Yes. I will put a basic sort of layout of it in the chat soon. I can probably do that really quick, like now, and then you guys can just have a quick think. Shouldn't obviously be too strenuous to figure out, and then have to see what awaits you inside the forge, whether you end up running into anything or not. Hope you all enjoyed the session. Hope it wasn't too heartbreaking. The first technical death of an ally, I guess.
Bit hard. Did you think JJ would revive him?
I did.
Is that why you sat there? You were like, yeah, excellent.
Sort of, yes, because I knew JJ started the spell slot. I wasn't sure whether he'd use it in the combat, but there is stuff in Volos about this stuff and how you can bypass it and how you can get people out of these situations.
So you're saying there's a chance.
Potentially. Maybe.
Markuul, you will live again.
Maybe.
Maybe.
How would he live again? We need some proper revive magic.
Well, obviously, so...
Sure, Ben can
Doc
possibly
could-
tell us.
As Doc could probably tell you, there is some like very, very high level magic out there to like bring people back to life and heal all ailments and stuff.
I mean,
Like-
for example, I've got Raised Dead. I just don't have the gemstones for it.
Exactly.
Expensive.
It's 500 GP. So,
Yes.
I mean, mechanically, the ones going up above that are like 1,000. There's 2 at 1,000 that do slightly different resurrections, and then the one after that, I believe, is 25,000 for true resurrection. But Raised Dead, you return a dead creature to life, provided the creature's been dead no longer than 10 days. If the creature's soul is both willing and at liberty to rejoin the body, the creature returns to life with 1 hit point. The spell neutralizes any poisons, cures any non-magical disease that affected the creature at the time it died. The spell, however, doesn't remove magical disease, curses, or similar effects. If these effects aren't first removed prior to casting the spell, they take effect when the creature returns to life. The spell can't return an undead creature to life. This spell closes all mortal wounds but does not restore any missing body parts. If the creature is lacking a body part or organ integral for its survival, its head for instance, the spell automatically fails. Coming back from the dead is an ordeal, target takes some penalties for saving throws and attack rolls, blah blah blah.
Coming back from the dead is an ordeal.
So there's a bit of time when you
Slightly.
get penalties to attack rolls and saving throws.
Indeed.
So what is
I'm making for Neo actually now that I think about it, but
That's a good point. I was about to ask that, but
I forgot. It's been a long time.
yes.
But he'll now be
I
-2, I think. 'Cause of anyway.
think so.
So you could do
Yes.
that, and you've cast that thing on him that makes him essentially not.
I've cast Gentle Repose on him, which I can just repeatedly do every 10
Yeah,
days.
so he doesn't decompose.
Yeah,
Do you think we could bring him back?
potentially. I don't know whether that would do it though, because it doesn't cure any non-magical diseases and curses and stuff like that, or restore missing body parts. And if you've got a massive scar in his head, you could infer from that he's missing part of his brain. So you probably
A
need
discussion for next week, possibly.
I mean, you
Or
could
when it
delve into the Illicit Coven and try and find out for yourselves. I heard they got a new pet.
Do you? Some sort of dragon?
I heard it could fly, yes, and often like to throw up bits of brine on people and tadpoles and such. But, you know, just rumours, I heard. Down in the dark caverns below.
Seems unnecessary.
What we'd probably need is 7th level resurrection. Someone that can do that for Markuul. And 1,000 GP.
It's not going to be freely available, is it?
No.
Oh, also, Hercule gives you all the money that he... I don't know if I've done this yet. He was going to give you 500 GP worth of
Yeah, I remember that.
little
but
gemstones.
I kind of figured that Doc didn't really care about that at that point.
Yeah. So yeah, you can add 500 GP worth of gemstones to the party fund, or you can split it between you, or whatever you want. Congrats, you got 500 gold.
Do everyone want to
Markuul died, but you got 500 gold.
Markuul's funeral fund.
want to take 125 each, or do you want to
Just
stick it in the party fund for a potential?
Party fund. Yeah.
Okay. I'll stick 500 gold.
Oh. Well, on that note,
The party fund is low, to be fair.
We bought a teleportation circle. That was expensive.
Yeah.
Well, it is coming up to my bedtime. That's a sad thing to say, but it is. I hope you all enjoyed.
Very tired.
It is
I hope you all enjoyed the session.
Wave
Any
Lucy.
critiques, comments, anything at all,
Oh, yeah, don't kill our friends.
Yeah.
let me know.
See you next week.
Yeah.
And see you next week.
Yeah.
Is it
See you
Wednesday
next
yet?
week.
Yeah.